Elizardo Sanchez, one of Cuba's most outspoken political dissidents, has spent most of the past decade in Cuban prisons. One of the worst, an 18th century fort where he was held in an underground cell. Sanchez is considered an enemy of the state. His house and his family are closely watched by Cuban police. Government mobs have tried to kick down his door.
The intention of the government is clear. They are trying to crush the human rights movement and all opposition here.
In the past 4 months, 40 political dissidents have been arrested. Dissent is not allowed in Cuba, but opposition to the Castro government is increasing anyway in the alleyways and houses of Havana. There are clandestine prayer meetings calling for an end to the government. Even some of the privileged intellectual elite here have begun to rebel. Physicist Nestor Castellanos is part of a group of dissident university professors that have called for an end to one-party rule.
Recent historical events have shown that we have no future unless we make changes and move towards democracy.
Most of the dissidents here in Cuba are opposed to violence and want peaceful change and democratic reforms. While still small in number, they claim they speak for hundreds of thousands of Cubans.
There are many people who think like me, but people don't express their thoughts just because they are frightened.
Ana Aguililla and her husband Francisco are part of a growing number of Cubans who say they will stay in the country.
We should find a way, I told you, we should find a way to change our country. But it's not easy.
It's not easy because Fidel Castro and his top officials are now vowing to take an even harder line.
The dissidents favor the toppling of the revolution. No matter what method they would use, they want to overthrow the revolution.
Few believe that the Castro government is in any imminent danger of being overthrown by a small group of dissidents. But more and more Cubans, worn down by increasing hardship, are listening to those who pray for change. Robin Lloyd, NBC News, Havana, Cuba.